Yo, what is up, man? We are back with another banger. Thank y'all so much for being here. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But yeah, man, it's good to be back. We are back with another project, another role. Okay, just slacking on the roles a little bit, but we're getting back on that grind. The only reason why I've been kind of like slacking a little bit on the videos is because I've been putting a lot of attention on one specific role. It's off camera right now, but I'll be showing you soon, very, very soon, in another dedicated video to that one. I might even just have like 2 or 3 dedicated videos to that role by itself, because it is the world rolling competition role that I've been talking about for the past couple videos, if you guys been watching. But yeah, man, super excited for that one. So I can't wait to you guys see that role in action. Okay, but without further ado, we're gonna get into this video. And for this one specifically, this is a project that I'm gonna be working on for my homie, the Reefer. All right, so if you guys don't know him, he's my homie that I stream with on Twitch. Want to go over to Twitch? We stream every so often. Haven't been streaming lately, but definitely gonna get back on the grind very, very soon. But yeah, that's my boy. We're gonna actually go on his Instagram right now so I can show you, and I think you'll get the hint of what this is gonna be. Okay, so this is the Instagram of my homeboy, Reefer, as you can see right there. Yeah, so he's got a bunch of crazy pieces. He mainly does, a bunch of concentrate stuff. But as you can see here, his name is Reefer, or kind of going after Grim Reaper, right? So this is kind of what I'm gonna be going for, something around the lines of this, right? It's kind of hard to try and get something exact when it comes to this, because it's pretty much just a lot of like draping of his coat. I can do a little skull, maybe. I'm definitely gonna have to do his big ass what is that, axe or whatever. So that's like his focal point, right? But other than that, he's basically just a big black cloak. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them don't even have, actually a lot of them don't even have faces. You know what I'm saying? So to add a little, this one has like little skeleton bones, you can see here. Or I can even add a little bit of this rope, a little belt going on there. But for the most part, I mean, this dude is pretty much just in a black ripped up cloak. So we're gonna try and see what we can do. Again, I think this is the one I'm going to be trying to follow the most. So let's try to get right into it. Okay, so as you guys just saw, we made ourselves a base. Okay, we always start off with a base with every project, and we turn it into something absolutely insane. Okay, so for this one, you guys already know, it's gonna be the Grim Reaper, or Reaper, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna start off. This is gonna be essentially the body. Okay, so if you guys are gonna try and follow along with this, you gotta get yourself a base. Let's get back to it. Okay, so right there, you saw me close up the bottom end, or actually top end. This is gonna be like where the head of the or the skull of the Grim Reaper is gonna be at. And I made his 2 little arms that we're gonna be attaching to the sides, so where he can hold his little axe thing. All right, so let's continue going. Okay, so as you see right there, I put the arms on his body. Doesn't look like much right now. Kind of looks like those, I don't know if you guys seen Spy Kids, those thumb dudes, security guards. Kind of looks like that, almost. But yeah, so it's coming along. Don't worry. Obviously, we need to put a lot more detail. And once the color, like I said, basically just one big black cloak, you kind of start putting it on, it'll start coming together. But we need to wait for the glue to dry so that it can really have a good seal. And then we'll continue right after that. But as we wait for the arms to dry, I'm gonna start working on his little head, or not head, I'm saying head, skull. Okay, this is a Grim Reaper, right? He's not alive. His skull, I'm gonna start working on that so we can attach it to the top of his body. Let's go ahead and work on that. Okay, so for the head, you can see right here, I got the end of one of the little arm bits that I cut off, and I sealed it up to make like a little, you know, headish shape. I keep saying head, but skull, same thing, you know. And we're actually gonna attach it just like that. And it might look a little funny right now, but I think once we add the little black cloak and everything kind of gets covered, it's gonna give that effect, because we want to make sure his face kind of pops out of, you know, the little hoodie, you know, because I think it's gonna be too, might be too sunken in if we try to make a face on that. So let's try to make a little skull with this. Okay, and so to kind of give it a little more of a 3D effect, I'm gonna go and kind of sink in his eyeballs, or his eye sockets, right? It's a skull. So that's what I'm gonna try and do and give it a little skull effect. So we're gonna go ahead and give the other one right now. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so it is the next day, as you can tell. Got a new shirt, but I was doing that at like 2 in the morning. But I think it came out pretty good. Left it off looking a little bit like this. Okay, so kind of got those 2 little eye sockets for the skull. And I think that's all we're gonna do, and the rest we're gonna put the detail with some colored paper. So let's get to trying to attach his skull to his head like that. There you go. Okay, so just so you can see a little better for what I'm doing, I cut a little hole at the back of his head and the front of this little body part, so you can kind of line them up so that the airflow can still, you know, go through on both pieces. And then we're gonna kind of, you know, secure it with some glue jar and some extra little strips of paper to make it nice and sealed. So let's get to doing that. Okay, so as you can see right there, we just finished attaching his skull to the body using some glue strips and or some pieces of paper and some of the glue. So we made a good little seal. It's not gonna go anywhere. You can see right there. So we're good to go. Now it doesn't look like much right now, right? But once you start putting the color, which we're just about to do, it's gonna start coming to life, all right? So for his little staff, or whatever you call that, staff, what the hell? Little axe thing, whatever you call it. It's gonna be going something along like, something that looks like this, all right? I'm gonna go for this. I see the bottom arm is holding right there, the top arm right there, and that's where you're gonna have his little blade. So we're gonna go for something like that. And of course, it's gonna be typically like, put the little picture somewhere here. It's gonna be like a brownish handle, something that looks a little more like this, okay? So we're actually gonna be using some colored rolling papers, some licorice papers, okay? These are the Juicy J licorice papers. They're all brown, okay? And kind of mimics this type of color, the wood color, right? Of the handle of the axe, okay? So what I did is I already off camera made a little wooden staff type thing, and now all we gotta do is put a actual axe thing on this so we can attach it to the body, to the hands, just like so. All right, so let's get to making his little axe. Okay, so I rolled up that little doobie, and this is what it looks like now. I squished it down. It was a little cone, as you can see. It's a little bit thicker on this side, skinnier on this side. So it was a little cone, and I just squished it down so it's flat like that. And now I'm gonna kind of cut around to give it more of a little arc shape. So when we attach it to the top here, it doesn't look too much like a flag, you know? It looks more like the actual little roundness of that, you know, shape of that axe, whatever you call it. Let's get to doing that. I just finished kind of making that a little skinnier, a little more of a kind of blade looking-ish, you know what I mean? So I think we're gonna let that dry to the side. And we're gonna make a little incision at the top so we can kind of stuff that bad boy in, seal it up, and then it'll be good to go. So let's get right into it. Okay, so we just finished putting that bad boy in, sealed it up, and it's good to go. Looks pretty good to me. All right, so we're gonna keep it like that for now, and now we're gonna work on actually putting him in position. All right, so he's gonna be holding it something like that. Okay, can't do it right now too well, but yeah, so we're gonna work on putting this hand around it first, so it's kind of secure, and then we're gonna work on doing this one. So kind of hard to explain. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, so real quick so I can show you up close. Where is it? Right here. I put a little hole kind of towards the bottom because it kind of lines up perfect with this right here. Kind of fits it like a glove. Okay, I know you can't really see too well like that, but kind of pop it right there so it can kind of sit there like a glove. And then we're gonna do the same with this arm so it kind of securely hold it in place. So let's get to it. Okay, so I got the first arm holding the axe. You can see right there. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then when it dries, it'll be stiff enough for me to move it over, and we can do the same thing to the other one. So he's holding it with both hands, and he gets that little look. All right, so let's continue going. Alrighty, so we got both of his arms attached to that little death axe he has. Got his little face and his body. So everything is in place, good to go. I think we're ready for color. So like I said, it's pretty much just like a black hoodie, cloak thing, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna use a bunch of these black cones that I got off of Amazon. So let's get right into doing that. Okay, so to kind of show you guys again, we're kind of going for this, trying to mimic this picture. All right, so we got the axe, or whatever, I keep calling it axe, death axe, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it that. Now we have to do his little hoodie. So again, we have to kind of drape it over his head. All right, around, maybe give that little point you can see right there, that little point right there, and then again, just kind of have everything look kind of flowy towards the bottom. I don't know exactly, I haven't really done anything like that before, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so I got a little bit of this going on. Still, I colored his eyes black just so you know, just so it doesn't get too crowded, and I'm not gonna be able to do that at the end. But yeah, so I got this little thing going on. Just kind of pasting black where I can right now, and then I'll kind of start adding a little more to look more drapey. But let's keep going. Alrighty, man, so this is the progress we've been making. Kind of just been going at it, man. Just trying to apply as much as I can, trying to make it look as natural as possible. I kind of, you know, did a couple little cuts right there to kind of make it look a little more messed up. You know, he's deaf. You know, he doesn't have the best drip on, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, looks like it's coming together. We're just gonna add a couple little more black to his fingers, or his arms, or what? Yeah, fingers, hands, and then add a little more details to his face. Make sure we kind of cover up the little paper that's exposed right there on the brown, and then also add some gray to the knife. And I think we're pretty much done. So let's get to it, man. Alrighty, dude. So we got everything pretty much covered up. Looks pretty damn clean if I do say so myself. So now we're gonna add the color to the knife right there, and we're actually gonna just be using the brown that we used for the wood and just flipping it over, and it has this nice little gray, so we're gonna go and put that on there just like that. So let's do that. Alrighty, man, here it is. I would say this is pretty much the final product. I added the little nose right there, and I was gonna add some teeth, but that was way too difficult. It didn't look good at all, so I decided just to leave it alone. I think it still looks pretty good. Maybe I'll put his little hoodie a little more out there, so it can kind of be covering his face a little more, and give him a little more of that death mystique look. You know what I'm saying? But I think it looks pretty good. For now, actually, the last part we're gonna do is add that little, put the pop picture up somewhere around here, the little back, little tip there at the end, which is pretty badass because we're actually gonna be putting a tip at this end, just like right there, to kind of end it off. It goes with the roll, and we actually need a tip if you want to actually inhale anything. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to that. Alrighty, man, so here it is. Here is the official final product. I think we did. Looks pretty good to me. So I got the tip inserted, so we're good to go. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's head into some glamour shots. So there you go. I think it was a pretty cool little project. It was fun. I would say it's a little bit more of an intermediate level roll for sure. His body is already in the shape of the roll that, you know, the base. So again, I kind of like to do rolls that are a little bit easier that way. But yeah, man, I think it's pretty sick. What do y'all think? I'm gonna be showing it to my homie, the Reefer, right? The guy who actually wanted me to roll this. So I'll be getting his reaction to that in the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Love y'all. Stay puffin'.